It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. It's another beautiful day. Happy Monday to you. I'm Philip Simon.
Happy Monday. I'm Gandhi Pinder, filling in for the beautiful Anastasia Palacios.
And good to have you back, Gandhi.
you.
It's been a long, hot weekend, actually.
It is a hot
Yeah.
weekend. It is hot, hot, hot. I had a daiquiri or two, though, so I feel good about that.
Yeah. Well, you know, I kind of did pass, two things. I didn't really do much this weekend, except, again, that devil called Netflix. I spent a lot of time watching way too much TV. But I did pass by Arawaki on the weekend.
I
Had
went
a really
too.
good time. It was a good time.
Yeah.
You know, and people are certainly, well, there's a lot of police out there as well, but people seem to be really
Complying.
complying.
Yes.
Yeah. And the Prime Minister had a really interesting address yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
what,
that was interesting. I think
what,
people were
200?
waiting for that little aragonite bit.
We were waiting. I mean, you know, we're going to talk a little bit about that
We will.
this morning. Yeah.
We
yeah.
can touch it.
Yeah, we
Good.
should be touching that a little bit today. You know, it's all about balance, right?
Yes.
It's all about balance. But with the Prime Minister's address, obviously, you know, he's encouraging us to really take it very seriously. The emergency orders are in for another month, for the month of July. And, you know, there's a $200 fine if you're not going to be wearing your mask. So, you know, we're not out of the woods yet.
No, we're not out of the woods yet, but I watch it, as I often do, on Facebook, and I just shared our Bahamas at Sunrise Facebook live stream, but to see the comments of the Bahamian people. So today, the beach is open,
It's like comedy hour.
and so I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. I want to see if the beaches are going to still be open on Tuesday or Wednesday. So can we please be responsible? If you know someone who's going to the beach today,
Yeah.
please tell them to be responsible.
Yeah.
Speaking about Facebook, you know, a year ago, this time, I saw the clip. I said, hey, Phil, guess what? Did you watch the BET Awards? Did you know it was last night?
It was?
Yeah, and you were like, no, I didn't watch. This is what you said last year. I was like, neither did I. But I got the highlights. And honestly, Phil, I think Beyonce won the humanitarian award. Michelle Obama presented it to her. It was virtual.
Yeah.
So some people said our culture will not be canceled, especially at an important time as this.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think Roddy Ricch won the album of the year. And I think the young people know him.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad you don't know him either, because I have no clue who you're talking about. No clue who you're talking
And
about.
then there was Chris Brown won something,
Okay.
but you see more and more names
Yeah.
that you don't necessarily recognize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
hey,
Well, I don't know those
you know.
people. That's it. I do know Michelle Obama. Who knows? She might be the next vice president of the United States.
Boy.
But maybe we shouldn't talk politics on this show,
No,
especially American politics.
you know
right?
what? I don't think so. I think the Obamas, they have removed themselves, but they are looking at Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms from Atlanta.
Well, it's a couple. Well, quite. I mean, but listen, that's probably a whole nother show there because
Yeah.
you know,
This hot.
Trump is the current president of the United States of America. Listen, we've got another great show lined up. We
Yes.
have the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board promoting We Tanks, man. Listen,
We Tanks.
I need to get to a couple of those islands. They're going to be talking about the Fly Free promotion. Fly Free.
You know we
promotion.
like free tanks.
Yes.
And the holiday coming up.
A holiday
I
coming
can
up,
eat that.
no doubt about it. Cable Bahamas Business Solutions is also in the house. Delmaro, the big guy, is
That's
here.
my friend, man.
Yeah, man. Love him, love him, love him. He's going to be talking about their new thing, Bahamas Cloud. And like I said, Eric Carey should be here as well to talk about BNT's concerns on some of those proposals for North Antilles. And of course, the Prime Minister was clarifying that, listen, man, we just get the thing. We didn't make no decisions yet, but still, again, the conversation needs to be had both there and there.
The conversation
Yeah.
needs to be had. And artist Anastasia Charlot is here to show up her little locals, and we'll hear about the Bahamas 100K tree planting initiative. That's good
Okay.
because I like when we do things like that, not just on World Earth Day, but I think the organization, their goal is to plant like 1 billion trees over the next 20 years.
Well, we need it, right? I mean, with all this mass we're in, all we're doing is breathing in our own carbon. Anyway, listen, I think I did a tree planting thing when I was at the Chamber of Commerce. It might have been under this thing years ago. If you pass there on Collins Avenue, there's a lignum vitae tree. It's only about this high.
Really?
It never grew. You know, it's been about, what, 15, 20 years. But anyway.
We have to go there and broadcast live from the spot where the tree is.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. Listen, it's also the end of the year. It's end of school, right? Lots of graduations are happening, albeit virtually or otherwise, drive-through graduations. Listen, congratulations to the class of 2020. It's been quite a year, and we still salute you guys for doing well and pursuing your goals and excelling at what you do. For those of you who have graduated, please send us a photo here at Bahamas at Sunrise with your name and the name of the school to Parker at tclbahamas.com. We'd love to feature you on this show.
Yeah, you know what? And you know what I love? I love how Bahamians are so resilient, and we underestimate our ability to adapt. And I heard Pastor Mario say, he's like, sometimes we go through something traumatizing and we don't realize that we experience it, even like all the little changes. So kudos to us, kudos to the Bahamas, kudos to everyone living here. I think we've done a good job.
We've done a great job.
So I want to see if now you have, if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay,
I'm ready. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Godfrey Burnside, who's going to give us legendary Godfrey G-Man, Hall of Famer Godfrey Burnside, who will give us our first look with weather at sunrise. Here he is, the G-Man. It's good.
Weather at sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you for filling aboard Bahamas. Your first look at weather sunrise. Another hot day instead of otherwise. Ridge of high pressure continues to dominate the future across the islands, and therefore we're going to have hot and humid conditions throughout the week. In the weather today, partly to mostly sunny skies, hot and humid, and yes, there's a chance of showers will popping up during the afternoon hours. High temperature 91. It will feel like about 104. Tonight, partly cloudy and muggy again. Slight chance of 1 or 2 showers popping up during the nighttime. The low temperature going under 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados 84 and 79. In Jamaica 87 74. In Trinidad 87 76. And to Turks and Caicos Islands 90 and 78. Across North America, Atlanta 84 and 72. In Raleigh 88 and 75. In Miami 91 and 81. Dallas, Texas 90 and 77. And Toronto, Canada 77 and 63. As we go through the week, mostly sunny skies, hot, humid. Some haze probably sneak into the area sometime by Tuesday or Wednesday this week. Chance of a shower and afternoon thunderstorm. The temperature daytime will be in the lower 90s. At nighttime, in the lower 80s. That puts a wrap when you first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gandhi.
Thank you, Chris Tuck. I like that. He said we're coming back, coming hot. Thank you. I've got 2 exciting words for you, ladies and gentlemen. Fly free. And that's 2 Fly Free. And the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board is continuing its 2 Fly Free promotion this summer. And here to tell us about this remarkable deal that makes me just want to scream at the top of my lungs is L'Oreal Sweeting, Marketing Coordinator for the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you for having me.
This is the best segment I think I've ever done in my life. So we love the Bahamas. We live here. And of course, with everything going on with COVID, domestic tourism makes sense. So tell us, I guess, what does it mean to fly free?
So the 2 Fly Free promotion is something that we've been pushing for about 6 years now. Right. Essentially, if you stay at any of my member properties, you get 2 round-trip tickets from Nassau for free if you're in Grand Bahama. You get 2 round-trip tickets to either Abaco or Bimini because of the direct access.
Right.
And it's really just to encourage Bahamians to explore their backyard.
So Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini.
Yeah, so if you're in Grand Bahama, you can go to Bimini or Abaco because of the direct flight. If you're from Nassau, any of the islands that I have hotels on, and I have hotels on 11 islands from Bimini down to Auckland.
Okay. Wow, Dr. Atkins, so Exuma is on that list.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that would be a perfect thing to do for the long holiday weekend with Independence coming up.
Definitely. And we don't have Independence blocked out. Typically, it's regatta and festival days that we have blocked out. But given the climate of this year, those won't be happening. So essentially, there are no blackout dates for Bahamians, and it's available year-round.
Wow. Okay, so break it down for us. I want to do this thing. There are a group of us. We want to go. We want to go to the family island. How does it work?
Okay, so the first thing that you would do would go to bahamasresidence.com. There we have a listing of all of our hotels, including their Bahamian rates or their discounts that are offered and other value-added offers, whether it be airport transfers or free breakfast. So that's where you will decide which hotel you want to use. Okay, there are 3 separate ways to book. You can use Majestic Holidays, bahamago.com. If you're not familiar, it's essentially Bahamian Expedia. And then you can also call the hotels directly, which is one of my favorite ways because most of the people that you will encounter, the person answering the phone is the owner. So it's a very
wow.
intimate feel to really talk to the owner
Yes.
and book your hotel and learn a little bit about the property.
So now we always say Bahamians like free things. I'm trying to get to the free part right now.
So,
Is there a minimum number of
Yes.
nights to get? Okay.
so for 2 round-trip tickets for free, there's a minimum of 4 nights. But we understand that sometimes, you know, we only have a quick getaway, a quick weekend.
Right.
So if you stay 2 nights, you
Yes.
get 1 round-trip ticket for free.
Really?
So that's how it works.
Okay. So if I go to Exuma, which properties would I have to choose from?
Okay, so we have 3 properties in Exuma. Sandals, everyone knows about Sandals, all-inclusive feel.
Wow. Sandals is open now.
Sandals officially will be open July 2nd in Exuma.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
So for that particular one, you will book via Majestic because they have all their rates loaded. We
Right.
have hideaways at Palm Bay. And then we also have Staniel Key Yacht Club, which is on Staniel Key up the Keys. So there are little options for you to really navigate there.
That is wonderful. So I guess out of all the islands, I'll save that. I'll save that a little bit
Oh,
later.
please don't ask me what's my favorite. Please
Come
don't.
on. Okay. Which island have you visited the most?
Wow. Probably Eleuthera, which is where my family is from, so it's always a fun time going back. And after that, to be honest, Andros. I'm always in Andros for some reason.
Oh, Andros is a hot topic these days, so that's really interesting. Okay, but have you found over the last 6 years, and I was telling you earlier, I was like, I did your commercial. Have you found over the last 6 years that Bahamians have been taking advantage of this?
You know what? Slowly but surely, most Bahamians are a bit skeptical. You know, they're like, it's not free.
Right.
It's not free, but it is free because we essentially pay for you to go once you stay at any of our hotels. So that's really how it works. You get airfare and hotel for the cost of your hotel accommodations. And in the first year, we maybe had 90 bookings. You know, now we're up a few thousand. So we're hoping that, you know, just to increase travel to for domestic tourism, that more people take advantage of this offer.
Okay, now let me go back into this because this is something I'm interested in. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this trip to Exuma. So I'll say again, break it down for me slowly. So now there's a group of us that's going. So let's say per hotel, I guess then you'll get the round trip. So if I book a hotel for 2 nights, then that's a free ticket. And then if someone else books a hotel for 2 nights,
That's a free ticket for them. So it's per booking.
Wow.
So
I
if
love
everyone
it.
goes for 2 nights, everyone can get a free ticket.
Okay, so tell us once again now, because I want everybody to really get this. You can go online. Is there a number we can call as well?
Yeah, so when you go on bahamasresidence.com and you look for your hotel, once again, we have 3 ways to book. Majestic Holidays at 677-2620, although I think they're opening next week officially.
So 677-2620. Yeah, I want to give them a chance to write it down.
And, well, it's also available, once you go to bahamasresidence.com, we like to make it easy. Bahamas Residence, all of the information, all of the contact information is there.
Some people watch right now say, oh, hold on, let me get my pen.
You're right.
They write it
You're
down.
absolutely right. So
Yeah.
for Majestic and Bahama Go, they will essentially do your entire booking for you, inclusive of flights, and only charge you for the hotel. Although the third option is my favorite, it's a little more involved. In this particular way, you will buy your tickets,
Right.
but think of it as a prepayment for your hotel. All right?
Okay, so we
Yeah.
can do that too.
Yes.
Okay, so it works both ways.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, this is wonderful. And I am so, well, I'm happy that we have this opportunity now to really explore this because there's nothing more beautiful than our islands, right?
Honestly, and I've been around the world just pushing additional offers for, tourists to Europe, Canada, and even in the United States, people save for years for their dream trip to the Bahamas.
Oh, now is this only for residents and Bahamians?
So it's for Bahamian citizens and Bahamian residents. So that's why we call it the Bahamas Residence Offer. If you are not a Bahamian with your passport, once you are legally residing in the country, so if you're an expatriate, you can definitely come down. Just once you are living in the Bahamas, you'll be able to utilize the offer because it does require identification.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Ah, this makes me feel so good. I feel so happy. I'm excited to explore it. So L'Oreal, thank you so much for taking the time to come on with us.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, guys, did you hear that? 2 fly free. All right, Chris Tucker, I see that. So we'll be right back after this commercial break.
We are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me 'cause I can count on you.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want first response on your side, call 32FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First response can't prevent an accident from happening.
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We've got 2 distinguished gentlemen in the studio. Mr. Craig Pink, that's right, Craig Pink, Director of Network Enterprise Solutions, and Delmaro Duncombe, no stranger to Bahamas at Sunrise. He's the head of the small and medium business accounts. Cable Bahamas Business Solutions, we're talking about managing your IT infrastructure. Gentlemen, welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Phil, thank you. It's glad to be here. Very happy to be here.
Yeah, even though it's like, 5 o'clock in the morning, right? But listen, we're talking about some of the key features, and you've introduced, you guys are just always so progressive. We've been watching, even throughout this whole pandemic. You guys just seem to be so active in everything that you do, innovative. We're talking about Bahamas Cloud now.
Yes.
Tell us what that means.
Well, what we really want to do is be recognized as the #1 technology provider in the country.
Okay.
All right, and we've been developing a suite of products that will enable us to do just that. Bahamas Cloud is just the latest iteration of that evolution, what we call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Okay.
And Craig has been sort of the pioneer behind it. This is more his brainchild.
Okay.
But it's definitely something that we know, particularly now entering the hurricane season.
Right.
We've
Right.
learned our lessons from the previous,
Yes.
from last year. In addition to that, for any company who was ever involved in any sort of ransomware type of strike, these type of services will be able to help mitigate many of those risks.
Yeah.
And so hence the reason why Bahamas Cloud was born.
Yeah, and I tell you, ransomware is real. Even our company was held at ransom. It seemed to have picked up, I guess, in these new times. But talk about the IT capabilities and exactly what Bahamas Cloud seeks to accomplish.
Okay, so the goal for us is really to provide the market some opportunities for customers to protect their infrastructure offshore. We are primarily focused on business continuity. And in that realm, we are offering 2 solutions. And the solutions are primarily for backups and for data backups and for disaster recovery.
Okay.
Both focus on business continuity.
So business continuity, we're also talking about data protection services. Is that one and the same?
Yes and no.
Okay.
And I'll correct you the difference.
Well, elaborate just a little bit on that,
Okay.
because
Alright.
sometimes people think IT can get a little, intimidating, but
Yeah.
simply put.
So when you consider business continuity, there are multiple dimensions that you could take it, and and I suspect it would be based on budgets and the risk, the risk the company thinks it needs to protect. So if you were to look at your basic business continuity, then you would consider probably backups. You need to at least have a copy of your data, and the rule for IT practitioners is usually the 3-2-1 rule. 3 copies of your data, 2 separate media, and 1 copy offsite.
Okay.
And for us, we're positioning ourselves to become 2 and 1. So we keep a copy of your data offsite, and it's also a secondary copy. So you satisfy the best practice rule for the industry. And how that differs from disaster recovery. So the disaster recovery, well, let me say this: when you have a copy of your data offsite, that you're protecting the business in the event that if there's a data loss, you can always recover.
Right.
A disaster recovery provides a solution, provides a runtime environment that sits somewhere else.
Okay.
So it's in another jurisdiction outside of the failure domain that you're trying to protect. And it allows you to continue operating the business in the event of a failure at your primary site.
In the past, when you heard about these types of definitions, you always think about large businesses, and the IBMs and the big accounting firms and even legal, where data is that type of data is obviously critical and important. But even for small and medium-sized enterprises, especially in this new world that we live in, it's also critical, right, Damar?
It's very critical. As a matter of fact, with the evolution of technology, particularly over the last, I would say, 10 years or so, data is currency. I mean, literally, data is currency. I mean, when you look at the likes of the Googles of the world, the Amazon, that really all they're about is collecting data.
Right.
And you have to recognize the importance of data and the value of this currency. And so because of that, you have to put measures in place to protect just that, no matter how small your business is. Right? So we have an offering for small businesses all the way up to those who need more complex solutions. We already have several customers who are on this. We've already been able to thwart a couple of ransom strikes as well, with the assistance of Craig and the great team that we have at the Bahamas. So these things have become a necessity in regards to the continuity of your business, the security of your business, and more importantly, the protection of your data and the information about it.
And we've learned, especially during this pandemic, that we can work from different places, right? I mean, if it's one thing that came to light during this pandemic is that, well, the work didn't necessarily stop because we could not go to a physical location. I imagine this also provides some type of assistance in that regard.
It does. It does. So essentially, once your data is backed up, you will be able to access it anywhere that you have an internet connection. Right? If something ever was to happen to your data at one particular site, like Greg was mentioning, that's why we have the backup site to have the data available. And in the event of a total disaster, if something was to happen to us, we have also an off-site foreign backup for which your data would also be stored as well.
So we're talking data, we're talking information, we're talking backups. Does this also allow for operations? For example, I could have my tablet, I could have my phone, my computer. I can be anywhere in the world and still have access operationally to the software, my accounting, and be able to execute, or is it just storage?
So it's a combination of both, and so storage will be the entry level. Having a copy of your data, but if you were to consider your traditional IT infrastructure, most businesses would have a closet somewhere sitting on premise,
right.
And within that closet they would have some servers, some storage, data storage. What we are providing for our customers is the opportunity to move that into the cloud. And what that means is that we take away that physical infrastructure from premise, and it's now hosted with CBL in the cloud. And in our cloud fabric, we have an ecosystem with 5 data centers. So one here in Nassau, Freeport, and 3 in Canada.
Okay.
In Canada, and you may ask Canada, why Canada? But in Canada, we actually didn't believe that we could sufficiently protect the infrastructure for customers in the Bahamas, given that we're in the same disaster zone. So we chose to go offsite.
Right. Just like you'd want to keep your data not on location, but certainly you know, several miles from you, but several thousands of miles away from Cable Bahamas. Listen, sounds very impressive. Craig, of course, also sounds very knowledgeable. But obviously, it's a team, right? I mean, you know, and so why should any business, whether you're small, large, medium, want to take advantage of Bahamas Cloud and take advantage of the business solutions at Cable Bahamas?
Well, the value proposition, again, is for small and medium businesses. No matter how small your business is, we have solutions to fit every budget. And for many of our businesses between medium and large, who have more of a value and understand the value of their data and the importance of having it secured, they would know that they should contact us. And so we are inviting all companies. I mean, even if you just want us to have a conversation to help you understand the whole idea of cloud storage and cloud backup a little bit more, we'd be happy to have those kinds of conversations with you. And so we want to encourage customers and interested parties to contact us at CableBahamasBusinessSolutions.com, or you can call us at 601-8911.
All right. Data is, well, they say knowledge is power.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, thank you so much. Craig Pink, Director of Network Enterprise Solutions, and Delmaro Duncombe, Head of Small and Medium Business Accounts at Cable Bahamas, providing all your business solutions. Thanks, gents.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
All right. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from NASA and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hand.
Sun Oil, caring, invested, committed.
As disruptive technologies go, nothing has shaken up the economy more than the smartphones. Apps have completely changed the way we book taxi rides, accommodation, and food delivery. Business sectors that previously had no digital footprint are now synonymous with technology. While names like Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, Just Eat, and Deliveroo are household names around the world, on-demand business touches many other areas of life. Enterprises are trying to find ways to engage users to their services. Businesses will be forced to connect with their customers with a personalized effect. The complex user behavior needs to be tackled with enhanced conversation and better engagement. Though each of the on-demand business is different, there are elements of commonality which forms the basis of technology stack. Business and entrepreneurs just need to focus on their business operations, not technology. JungleWorks is providing complete tech stack on subscription model to help businesses grow.
Oh, thank you. Welcome back. The Caribbean Tree Planting Project aims to plant at least 1 million trees in the Caribbean by June 5th, 2021. It's a pretty ambitious goal, I think. The Bahamas 100,000 Tree Planting Initiative is following suit and aiming for its 100,000 trees in that time frame. And that is just a year away, less than. Here to talk about this with us are Chaz Garraway, environmental activist, and Letitia Gibson. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Well, first of all, that is very exciting and that is very ambitious. The sustainable lifestyle. Tell me about it. What is it all about?
So the sustainable lifestyle is made up of a group of young Bahamians who we're basically trying to promote sustainable practices, achieve the UN Sustainable Development Goals in the Bahamas, and I guess as the name says, to help Bahamians live a sustainable lifestyle. And so to do that, we are trying to do that through two main ways. And the first is basically education through community. And so what I mean by that is that through the use of social media on Instagram and Facebook, we're trying to get all of the environmentalist, sustainable development experts, sustainability experts, climate resiliency, climate activists, green engineers, like all of these people in that space, trying to get them onto one platform to educate Bahamians how they could be sustainable. And then the second, and probably the reason why we're here today, is the Bahamas 100K project to plant 100,000 trees throughout the country.
Okay, so let you backtrack a minute. I know you mentioned a number of things, but you said UN sustainable goals. Educate us, break us down, or was it some of the things that you were mentioning?
Yeah, so the UN Sustainable Development Goals, they have 17 global goals that they want to solve, whether that's zero hunger, climate action, life on land, marine life. So there's a lot of different goals that span a variety of different issues, and so we're just trying to do our part here in the Bahamas with that.
So I am fascinated by this. So tell us now, why is planting trees, why is it so important?
Well, the Bahamas is one of the small island developing states, and we're very vulnerable to climate change. We're vulnerable to coastal erosion, deforestation. We're vulnerable to sea level rise and increase of global average temperature. So planting trees, just like human beings use oxygen to produce energy, trees use carbon dioxide to produce energy and food. So they absorb a lot of the carbon dioxide that is in the air, which is a greenhouse gas and is aiding in the increase of the global average temperature. So the aim for planting all of these trees, as ambitious as it is, it helps us build up our resiliency to climate change. It helps limit the increase of global average temperatures. Yes, and we do reforestation of different habitats. We're reintroducing natives and endemics back into the Bahamian economy, into, I guess, social activity and into cultural activity as well, using bush medicine and using our national tree, the lignum vitae.
That's what I wanted to ask you, because Phil, my wonderful co-host this morning, was saying that he planted a lignum vitae tree a few years ago, and he said, but it stopped growing.
Well, the lignum vitae tree is a very slow grower. I planted a seed last year in November, and it's about 1 inch tall right now.
Okay, so you have to be patient with some of these things.
Very patient.
But it's going to get there, and the future generations will reap the benefits of this beautiful lignum vitae.
Definitely.
I want to ask you about this, the types of trees that we're going to plant, right? So, and you are responsible actually for the Caribbean. So what types of trees are you encouraging us to plant here in the Bahamas? And then tell us about your involvement with the Caribbean overall.
So in terms of with the Caribbean, I'm a part of the Caribbean Philanthropic Alliance, which is basically a philanthropic alliance of countries and territories in the Caribbean to work together in the private sector, NGOs. And so we're basically trying to do 1 million trees in the Caribbean, and so the Bahamas is just one of 14 other countries and territories trying to work towards that 1 million goal. And to do that, we were looking to target 3 main trees. So fruit trees and food trees, coastal trees like mangroves and beach stabilization trees, as well as medicinal trees and cultural trees that I think Letitia could talk about a little bit more as well, if she has to add.
I think during this time too, we see COVID-19 and we realize how important food sustainability is, and how important it is, and even how therapeutic it is to have your garden, to plant these trees. So tell us a little bit more.
Yes, I am one of those overnight farmers that emerged during COVID-19. Food trees, it's very important for long-term food security. We've been doing a lot of work, growing a lot of trees from seeds and from cuttings, and we've been giving away a lot of trees as well. A lot of people that have been participating, we're up to like 500 planted trees right now, and we still have hundreds of seedlings, hundreds of seeds. We're creating a seed bank. We're establishing several plant nurseries so we can grow and facilitate the development of this initiative. We definitely want to get more people involved.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how do we get involved? Where is this? I want to start. I want to start my little farm. And then if some people have a patio, some people have a bigger space that they can actually farm. So we can get started at any level, right?
Yes, definitely. Well, You can get involved on the Sustainable Lifestyle on Facebook or Sustain Your Belly on Instagram.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Sustain your belly.
Sustain your belly. Keep it
Sustain your belly.
Bahamian.
Okay,
Definitely.
okay. I'm going to look that up.
And so, well, to add to that too, in terms of how people can help, you know, you could donate pots, you could donate soil, you can donate your time to planting seedlings and clippings and also collecting them as well from your yard.
So where are we planting? You all have designated spots?
So we're right now we're collecting a lot of seedlings and
Okay.
we're putting them in pots, and we're going to have a few events later on in the year to give away a lot of these seedlings.
We're going to follow this journey. We're going to follow this movement at the Sustainable Lifestyle and Sustain Your Belly. And, okay, you have 10 seconds to tell me, what has been the response from the youth, and what do you want to say to them?
So I think it's really important for Bahamian youth to see that, you know, we're youth just like them, and that you can make a change, you can make a difference once you have the drive to make a change. And I think we all need to do our part to save the environment.
Oh, I love that. Yes. Thank you both for coming on. This is a journey that we're definitely going to follow. Not enough time today. Thank you so much for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. You heard that. Make a difference. Be the change. Plant a tree. We'll be right back on Bahamas at Sunrise after this.
At Doctors Hospital, we recognize the concerns you may have about the coronavirus. Here are a few of the critical things you need to know. Coronaviruses are a large group of viruses that are common among animals, however, can be transmitted from animals to humans. Coronavirus can present itself similar to a common cold, with symptoms such as cough, sore throat, and fever. For those with a weakened immune system, including the elderly, there is a chance that the virus may cause more serious respiratory illness like pneumonia. Human coronaviruses most commonly spread from an infected person to others through the air by coughing and sneezing, close personal contact such as shaking hands, touching an object or surface with the virus on it, followed by touching your mouth, nose, or eyes with unwashed hands. There are currently no vaccines available to protect you against human coronavirus. However, you can limit your vulnerability by taking precautions to prevent transmission. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Business in the Box is your solution for business from Cable Bahamas. It's an internet, voice, mobile, and advertising solution all in one place. Get reliable internet, free domestic call, and a live corporate package, and free TV ad placement, all starting with packages as low as $164 a month. You can save over $3,000 a year. Just call 601-8911. That's 601-8911. And ask for Business in a Box from Cable Bahamas Business Solutions. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise with the midway point of a beautiful Monday morning edition. And I'm not just saying that because I've got Gandhi with me this morning.
You're so sweet.
I know, now give me
Thank
the
you.
mic.
Okay. Boy, I tell you, you need some people in your life. But Phil, I am enjoying the show, and I am so excited about the 2 Fly Free promotion.
Yeah.
And you can go and you can spend 4 nights, and if you spend 4 nights, then you 2 fly free. But if you go for 2 nights, then you can still get 1 fly free. That sounds good to me.
Listen, I'm trying to pick which island right now. In fact, I probably shouldn't even pick an island. I need to pick several, right?
Eleuthera.
Long Island.
Bimini. Oh yeah, Bimini, because Bimini. I went out on the boat with Ansel Saunders in Bimini, you know, and he took me to the place where Martin Luther King worked on his Nobel Peace Prize acceptance speech. Like, that was around the time when Martin Luther King was on Time magazine and everything. The Bahamas is beautiful. This is where people come to escape.
And you know what's even more, I mean, because you even see it on New Providence Island if you, well, the beach is open today, so we really get to see it up close.
Right.
But because the world has kind of been indoors for the most part, certainly on the islands, you couldn't go to the beaches, you couldn't get out there in the water. It almost seems as though nature's reset itself. And it's welcoming us back to enjoy it. Looks
It is.
even like even some of these sharks are waiting for the beaches to open as well.
Woo, they say no sharks don't bite. They say, child, y'all don't do it. Don't do it.
Welcome back, right?
I agree. And then just the Sustainable Lifestyle group that was just on, talking about all the trees that they want to plant and the mangroves, and they're so young. And their goal is to plant 1 million around, I guess, across the Caribbean, and 100,000 here in the Bahamas by next year. But I think the way things are moving, food sustainability, that's a big part of the conversation.
no doubt,
So I'm
no
excited
doubt.
about that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, man, this is a good time. This is a good time to be around.
Yeah, great time. Great time to be alive, actually, because it certainly beats the alternative. So coming up on Bahamas at Sunrise, we're going to be talking about the virtual.
Everything is virtual.
Yeah, virtual tours, museum tours. We're going to be showing that clip once again. It was very popular during the pandemic.
I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see that. We also have Anastasia Charlo.
Charlo, yeah.
And so we are in for a treat.
Yeah, very talented.
Yeah.
Very talented.
That entire family, they're just so talented, Phil.
Like the Pinders.
Aw, like the Simons.
Yeah.
Well, they're having a good time with that. But no, you know what I was thinking about? With this beach, with everybody going to the beach today, I want to see that Clint Watson Just Road segment. Just Road. And I want to see who's going to be on the beach today. I wonder how crowded the beach. Let's have a little poll. I don't want to say that. Which beach do you think is going to be the most crowded today? Goodman's Bay.
Yeah, Goodman's
What
Bay.
about Saunders Beach?
Second, probably second.
You think that's second
Yeah,
place?
Goodman's number one, no doubt about it.
What
Some
about
people were out there
Cabbage Beach?
yesterday.
People still allowed to go on that?
They were today. So Cabbage Beach? Well, you got to get to it.
It's limited, eh?
But listen, I want to
We're
say
getting
good morning to
carried
Toby Smith.
Yes.
Toby Smith came by
The
here this
Lighthouse.
morning. Listen, man, he was here on Friday past. We had such a great time. He came back this morning, brought us donuts. Toby, and I'm not just saying good morning because you brought us donuts, right? I'm saying good morning because you brought us donuts. Right? Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Man, I love it. Oh, so now we get to take I'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned in, for this reason, I'm sure, to have our second look at weather with the Godfrey Burnside. Take it away.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you again, Dingy Morning Bahamas. In your second look at weather sunrise, trip around the tropics. We do have two systems. We have a tropical wave in the central tropic Atlantic, moving towards the west-northwest at about 15-20 knots. That's a 10% chance of development over the next 5 days. And then we're watching for the development of an area of low pressure off the southeast coast of the U.S., and that has a 20% chance over the next 5 days. Elsewhere, tropical storm formation expected during the next 5 days. On a local scene, ridge of high pressure downward the feature, so it's going to be hot and humid throughout the week. In the marine forecast, those winds today, easterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas, northeast east at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Tuesday, those winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas, becoming more southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots by afternoon. And then on Wednesday, those winds become southerly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 15 knots, sea 2 to 5 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Yeah, tides. You can expect a low tide at 9:16 this morning. Next high tide will be 3:39 this afternoon. Low again tonight at 9:59. Sunset 8:04 this evening. Rises was 6:24. UV index 9. Your water temperature 81 degrees Fahrenheit. And the moon phase first quarter. As we go to the next 5 days, lots of sunshine, hot and humid conditions. There's a chance of a shower thunderstorm popping up by afternoon. Though temperature daytime will be in the lower 90s, at nighttime in the lower 80s. That puts you up in your fun look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. Of course, it was very popular during our lockdown. We had a series of online digital tours. Happy to share it once again with you, the virtual museum tours. Enjoy.
coronavirus pandemic means that 90% of all museums around the world are closed. However, the upside is that many international museums have made their content available online. So get comfy on your sofa and prepare to dig into world-class arts and culture without ever leaving home. You can tour the world's largest art museum, the Louvre in Paris. They expanded their digital collection since COVID-19 and offer virtual tours of several exhibitions. The Louvre contains more than 380,000 objects and displays 35,000 works of art in 8 departments. Start with the Closer Look interactive multimedia modules. Take an up-close look at the portrait of the Marquis de Pompadour by Maurice Quentin de la Tour. It depicts King Louis XV's mistress as a woman of wit and learning. Survey the beautiful detail of the brocaded skirt and her lovely face. It is an exceptional painting. Many flock to the Louvre simply to check out one painting, the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. Observe the stunning detail of this masterpiece of the Italian Renaissance. The painting is shrouded in mystery, and many still try to decipher what is behind that famous smile. Also at the Louvre, delve into the exhibition Founding Myths from Hercules to Darth Vader, which explores how illustrators, sculptors, painters, puppeteers, filmmakers, and musicians around the world have drawn inspiration from myths and given them form and brought them to life. There is so much to explore at the Louvre. Take your time and wander around all of the digital collections. Google has an arts and culture section that features a wide array of virtual museum tours. Check out the National Gallery of Art. This museum in Washington, D.C. preserves, collects, and exhibits art including paintings, sculpture, drawings, photographs, and decorative art. Discover Vermeer and the Dutch masters, who portray a series of scenes of daily life from the 17th century. Pause and examine the portrait of A Lady Writing by Johannes Vermeer. Appreciate its lemony yellows and teal blues that are blended to achieve an eye-pleasing chromatic balance. Now, hop from Washington, D.C. to New York City with a click of the mouse to visit one of my favorite museums, the Museum of Modern Art, or the MoMA. You can check out some of their offerings on the Google Art site, or you can head straight to MoMA.org. Soak in the vivid hues of Van Gogh's The Olive Trees and Starry Night. Enjoy Gauguin's bright Tahitian landscapes, Seed of the Ori, and Washerwomen. Get lost in the fantastic imagery of Henri Rousseau's The Sleepy Gypsy and The Dream. And discover the bold, provocative paintings of Pablo Picasso. Browse other work by Paul Cézanne, George Seurat, and Gustav Klimt. You can zoom through Klimt's decadent painting, The Kiss, which is actually finished with real silver and gold leaf. Klimt created a puzzling ornamental mosaic painting during the phase referred to as the Golden Epoch. He created tension between different styles of painting, and the result is breathtaking. Continue on and explore over 87,000 modern and contemporary artworks online, including paintings, sculptures, drawings, photographs, and other design objects. Now, back to Washington, D.C. to tour the Smithsonian Museums. I checked out the I Am exhibit, which showcases contemporary women artists of Africa. It is a testament to womanhood and explores the vital contributions of women in various arenas. Also explore the broad scope and splendor of the world's most extensive Natural History Research Collection at the Natural History Museum. There are over 145 million artifacts and specimens there. I journeyed through the Objects of Wonder exhibit. Very exciting. And since SpaceX blasted off last week with 2 NASA astronauts, it's a great time to revisit the history of NASA space travel. Take a look at Apollo 11. Examine the command module Columbia, which was the living quarters for the 3-person crew during most of the first manned lunar landing in 1969. Then make a detailed examination of the construction of Neil Armstrong's spacesuit. You can do a 360-degree tour around the suit and get information about every single part. Look at the detailed restraint mechanisms built into the suit. There were reinforced attachment points at the end of every single wire. During testing, astronauts and technicians stressed each point to make sure that it would not give out during flight. Wow! There are a lot more exhibitions that you can explore at the Smithsonian. Just check it out at www.si.edu and click Online Exhibitions. That's going to do it for this edition of Adventures Online. We hope you have lots of fun touring all of these great museums. For Bahamas at Sunrise, this is Suzette Parker.
As disruptive technologies go, nothing has shaken up the economy more than the smartphones. Apps have completely changed the way we book taxi rides, accommodation, and food delivery. Business sectors that previously had no digital footprint are now synonymous with technology. While names like Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, Just Eat, and Deliveroo are household names around the world, on-demand business touches many other areas of life. Enterprises are trying to find ways to engage users to their services. Businesses will be forced to connect with their customers with a personalized effect. The complex user behavior needs to be tackled with enhanced conversation and better engagement. Though each of the on-demand business is different, there are elements of commonality which forms the basis of technology stack. Business and entrepreneurs just need to focus on their business operations, not technology. JungleWorks is providing complete tech stack on subscription model to help businesses grow.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from NASA and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
Nourish your immune system, nourish your health, nourish your life with Ensure, Ensure Original, Ensure Plus, and Ensure Max Protein.
What a lovely piece. Everything's virtual these days, but I'm so happy to have with me in living color, Miss Anastasia Charlo.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. You are a celebrity, and you are known especially for these little locals.
Yes.
And of course, your amazing talents, but these little locals, they are so creative, they are so beautiful. Tell us about this brand.
In the beginning, there was Wire and Desire.
Wow.
And the union was good.
Wow.
And out of that union came determination. And that was good. And then a world where local lifestyles are depicted. The one that I want to share with people is showcasing the lives of men and women whose profession normally goes unnoticed, and that's the fisherman who feeds us. He goes diving and he gets our conch and our lobster and our fish. The straw vendor who pokes those holes in the straw baskets and take care of our tourists. And of course, the farmer.
I'm captivated.
He toils our soil and he feeds us. Right now with this COVID thing, we rely so heavily on them. and their profession has been diminished over the years. And understanding that they feed us, this goes in our body, I decided to highlight them. And that's where the little locals came in.
Now, listening to you speak, come on,
Yes.
I'm hearing like an audio book or a book or a story. I almost felt these little locals come to life.
Well, that's what happens when you do this and when you do that. People, they think it's going to break. They are alive, but they are functional. They don't break. And what I wanted to do was to let people and our tourists know that the little locals is part of our culture.
I love it. Give us a little rundown. Who's this person?
Okay, well, this is the fisherman. But this time he went out trying to catch the crabs. Okay.
That's a big crab.
This started out by trying to supply Mr. Prescott Smith in Andros with the fly fishing. I couldn't find the fish, but during my travels, I ended up finding other things. This is the shark.
Wow.
So I couldn't use it for him. But a group came in and they wanted the shark, and then the lady got bitten.
So oh boy.
They canceled.
So that's the story behind
That's the
this
story
one. This
behind
is the
this
story.
one.
And you know what? I'm like, wow, wow, this is an interesting story. And so these little locals can be whatever you want them to be.
Whatever they can take on the
And I think that
life.
during a time like this, especially with COVID, it's so important to keep our imagination alive.
Yes, yes.
You know, so I love it. Where can we find these? How can I get my very own little local?
Well, right now, directly through Anastasia, Atlantis, the linen shop, who was the very first person to accept me when everybody else on Bay Street, no, tourist stores now, souvenir stores. But she saw the potential of the product, and she
all
was
you
my
need
greatest
is
support.
one vision carrier, one
vision,
person who
yes.
could carry
and
it.
she lifted me.
And I'm so happy that you're celebrating that.
I'm
it's another
celebrating
woman.
that. I'm celebrating that because that's got one of these things.
You got
my
a Cacique,
my
honey.
Cacique Award, which
well deserved,
which validated what I was doing and took me to another level.
Yes.
And it helped me to convince other persons. You know, when they come to the studio sometimes and they see it, they're like, "Oh, you have one of those." Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
Well
The
deserved.
first year I got it, I drove around with it in my car.
I love that. So now you said we can get it from you directly.
Yeah.
Is there a number that they call?
Oh, yes.
Somewhere we
Yes,
visit?
434-4747.
That's a good number.
Yes, it's an easy number to remember. But I want to just point out something right here. This piece, Erin Brown, you know, she is an amputee. She was
I love
supposed to
her.
go to the Olympics, and of course COVID and everything else. This was supposed to be one of her pieces that she would sell. Give away as a gift if you supported her. You know, of sponsorship. And I was taken by her personally.
Yeah.
As an individual,
She's
strong.
she's a light.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so this was something that she would give. She has the prototype, the first one, and it opened doors for other things. You know, COVID caused a lot of cancellation and what have you. I had a 250 piece project, and COVID came in. Everything was shut down. People living all over the island.
But it's coming back, and people are understanding the
They
importance.
are now
to have
understanding, and so that is why I come up with, thank you.
I love that.
Thank you. It can say anything you want to say. It's Junkanoo. It's our culture.
What are some of your most popular pieces?
Concalovtus.
Concalovtus.
Yes.
Let me see. What's a tell me about
Concalovtus.
that one?
Concalovtus. Well, you know, our Bahamian men believe that the consumption of conch gives them the six.
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And so I came up with Concalovtus. This is one of my
Quite the aphrodisiac.
And of course, the fisherman. You can't, you know,
Yes.
and anything visual that people can see and identify with. The straw vendor, actually able to
This is
captivate the little,
amazing.
small little.
So let me just have a look at this. The detail, the colors are so vibrant.
And as you can see on it,
Yes.
the name of the islands.
And Andres.
All of the islands.
You put so much, yeah, Bimini accolades. You put so much thought into this. How did you really get started?
I did a course in college for an interior design project, and we had to do the little minimal bodies going through the doors and everything. And I always wanted to do something. Came back home, noticed that there was a deficiency. Working for a souvenir store I was the personal manager there, and I saw a deficiency in what we are selling to our tourists.
Yeah.
And that's when I came up with this.
And that is what the lesson that we learn during these times, or when there is a need, you come up with a solution. And our creativity is sparked in a way that sometimes we never thought. So you have inspired me today. And I am so happy that I met Conker Lovetis and the fisherman and the straw vendor and my Junkanoo friend here.
Yes,
and I see a little bit of something, and what a
Yes.
way to honor Erin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, so you just got it going on.
Well,
There
I
are
just like
amazing things
to
in
I
store
would
for
just
you.
like to say that during this whole episode that we've been going through, the new norm, they say, I have seen such creativity in so many aspects of our culture, not just in the arts. I have seen it in the culinary part of our
Yes.
culture.
Yes.
I have seen people who I never thought cooked.
And do you know what that means? That we have to have you on again, because this is a story and a journey we need to follow.
Well, that is after you know, you come up with something else and you explore other things and you learn from other people. And to my fellow artisans, don't give up, don't stop. Because if we don't do it direct, we could Zoom and tell people about it and do it on the internet.
Love that message. Oh my, look at these two. I mean, they got a whole relationship. Y'all, there's hope, you know, there's hope after COVID. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Thank you for joining us at Bahamas at Sunrise. We
Thank you for
will
having
be
me.
right back, little locals.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you, thank you.
One thing, two things, new thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Business in the Box is your solution for business from Cable Bahamas. It's an internet, voice, mobile, and advertising solution all in one place. Get reliable internet, free domestic call, and a live corporate package, and free TV ad placement, all starting with packages as low as $164 a month. You can save over $3,000 a year. Just call 601-8911. That's 601-8911. And ask for Business in a Box from Cable Bahamas Business Solutions. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from Nassau and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Bahamas at Sunrise. Thank you so much for spending your morning with us.
Yeah, I had a great time, Phil, and it's always great to be here on set and hear from everybody, and everybody's so inspired and so excited.
Yeah, well, it's always good to have you here. I got to get that, what is it, Conker?
Yeah. Some Aphrodite, concorditis.
Oh,
Anyway, all we know is that's the thing.
That's the popular one. Yes.
That's the popular one.
But listen, you have a wonderful beach day and have a wonderful week, and we'll see you again real soon.
Chris Tucker say, Candy, look at this camera right there. I love it. Chelly, Chels, everybody, we love y'all, man. This is a great team. Have a great day. Don't worry about the traffic. Listen to some great music and just love yourself. Ciao.